Your Honor, I apologize for my tardiness. There were extenuating circumstances.
Apparently.
But we are ready to proceed.
Well, let me bring you up to speed, Counselor. I was entertaining plaintiff's motion to postpone this hearing.
Oh?
And considering citing your client for contempt.
I apologize for Mr. Manning's behavior. This course has dragged on for some time now, and I assure you, if he misbehaved...
Trust me, Counselor, he did.
It came from an extreme sense of urgency to settle the question of his daughter's custody. I advised my client to ask for a postponement. Apparently, he felt so strongly about the need for resolution that he took matters into his own hands.
Then you won't challenge plaintiff's motion?
On the contrary, Your Honor, I want to hold this hearing today as scheduled.
Order!
I have come to realize that the matter of Star Manning's custody must be resolved immediately for the good of everyone involved, especially Ms. Daimler.
At the heart of plaintiff's motion was the presumed unavailability of Ms. Delgado. She's here. Motion denied. Shall we begin?
Thank you, Your Honor. Sorry it's taking me so long to get up.
You may remain seated, Counselor.
No special treatment. Permanent custody of Star Manning needs to be settled with all due haste. Not only for the child's welfare and sense of stability, but because of the toll the stress is taking on Blair. Ms. Daimler.
Objection, Your Honor. Counselor is offering medical opinion without evidence or expertise to support it.
Your Honor, with all due respect, my injuries and I are all the evidence required.
Surely Counselor is aware that the law does not allow her to call herself as a witness.
That is not my intention, but plaintiff's state of mind is relevant to this hearing. It speaks directly to her ability to be a proper parent to Star. Therefore, I ask the court's permission to explore this point.
You may continue, Ms. Delgado.
Ms. Daimler has, regrettably, been through a difficult series of incidents with which this court is already acquainted. She is understandably stressed to the breaking point.
Objection, a medical opinion.
This is a sad reality.
Your Honor.
Overruled.
And unfortunately, when plaintiff snaps, she loses all control. Last night, she had just such an episode when, without provocation, she pushed me through a second-story window.
Was plenty of provocation, Your Honor.
Ms. Richardson, please control your client.
It is our contention, Your Honor, that given her mental state, Blair Daimler is dangerous to herself and others, including her child, and that she is therefore unfit to take care of Star Manning.
I would never hurt Star.
Objection, Your Honor, argumentative.
You will have your chance to refute, Counselor. I hope you can back up these contentions.
There were numerous witnesses who can testify to the events of last evening.
Do you need an adjournment to produce them?
No, Your Honor. One is already present in court. I'd like to call Ms. Kelly Kramer. Your Honor, please, I cannot do this. Blair is my cousin.
Ms. Kramer, our justice system is based on finding the truth. If you have any information that will shed light on the incident in question, I must insist you take the stand.
Your Honor, I know that.
Unless you prefer I find you in contempt.
No, ma'am.
Thank you.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Thank you, Kelly. As Judge Goldberg said, it's important that we get to the truth. Did you see the confrontation between me and Blair at the auction?
Yes, I did.
Did you hear me goad or provoke Blair in any way that might have warranted such an extreme response?
I couldn't say.
I know you feel the need to protect Blair. So do I. That's why I didn't press charges. But there's a child at stake.
Counselor is making a speech.
Get to the point, Ms. Delgado.
Did you hear me say anything to provoke Blair?
I couldn't exactly hear her. I couldn't hear what you said.
Did you hear my tone and attitude?
Yes.
Was it in any way threatening or provocative?
Objection, Your Honor. The witness already said she didn't hear Ms. Delgado.
I asked about tone and attitude.
Overruled. But move it along, Ms. Delgado. Answer the question, please, Ms. Kramer.
You didn't seem threatening or provocative.
What did you hear?
I heard Blair.
Go on.
She was upset.
Yes?
She said, I'll get my baby back, and I will make you pay for what you've done to me.
Well, what happened then?
I could hardly hear what you said, and Blair was mad.
What was her response?
She said that you lied in court and that you stole her baby. She started to call you some names, and you said that you thought she was taking it too personally, and that this wasn't the time or the place.
So you did hear some of my words. Did I sound angry when I said that?
No.
Uh-huh. And what was Blair's response?
She said she didn't care who heard.
Was there more? Please, Kelly, was there more? Kelly.
She said that you have messed with the wrong woman, Chiquita, and that you are not fit to live.
Your Honor, please. She was about to hit me. Your Honor, please. You cannot let this go on.
Order.
And then?
She pushed you through a window.
I will never forgive you for this.
Did Miss Delgado make any gestures that, in the heat of the moment, could have been interpreted as hostile?
When, Blair backed her into the window, Taya lost her balance and she put up her hand.
She raised her hand. Might that have seemed threatening?
Conjecture.
Sustained.
It was defensive. It was more like a reflex.
Objection, Your Honor.
You open the door, Counselor.
To the best of your knowledge, is Ms. Daimler facing any criminal charges as a result of this unfortunate incident?
No.
Is Miss Delgado or Mr. Manning pressing any civil charges?
No, they didn't want to make any unnecessary trouble for Blair.
Other than take her child?
Objection.
No further questions? Thank you, Miss Kramer.
You may step down. At the last hearing on this matter, I agreed to reopen this case when Miss Daimler had made a more complete recovery of her injuries. Current medical records attest to that. Prior to this hearing, I reread the file of the proceedings to date, including the testimony concerning the relative suitability of Mr. Manning and Ms. Daimler as parents. We have now had testimony as to the events of last night. Do either of you have any additional evidence to present? And I would strongly suggest that it have significant bearing.
No, Your Honor.
No.
Then I'm ready to hand down my final decision.
Will the parties and their attorneys please rise?
Ms. Daimler, actionable or not, I find your behavior appalling. True, you have been under inhuman amounts of stress, but this hearing is not about that. We are not here to dole out sympathy. Only one person's interests matter here, and that is Star Manning. The court finds Ms. Daimler's violent temper and impulse control problems make her an unsuitable custodian. I therefore issue my final decree in this matter. Full custody of the minor, Star Manning, is hereby awarded to Mr. Todd Manning. Ms. Daimler is to have limited supervised visitation, but only after a complete psychiatric evaluation and report of same to this court.
It can't be. No.
Court is dismissed.
This can't be happening. You are not going to get away with it.
You started this, Blair. Now it's over.
Oh, the hell it is. Todd?
It's gonna be okay, all right?
Yeah, I think so.
Stand on your own.
Yeah, I think so.
I hope you're satisfied, Blair.
Not until I get my daughter back.
That's not gonna happen. Not in this lifetime. You ready?
Whenever you are.
Thank you for what you did for me and Star today. That went way beyond any kind of agreement that we had.
All of that.
Well, you saved my daughter for me today. And I won't forget that.
Just doing my job. My client and, my family.
Well, then I really must be stupid because I don't know what to do.
Number one, calm down. Number two, listen to me. Todd and Taya were cold-hearted and ruthless today. And they have your kid. So if you want her back, you're gonna have to be just like them, only 10 times worse. You're gonna have to start thinking like an assassin.
I'm just so tired.
I know you are. But if you don't start putting yourself in the mindset of a killer, then you may as well go jump on Araby and go ride right off a cliff because you will never see Star again. I'll still care for you. Look, I know it's a rough question, but answer it.
You're right, I do have to be heartless. Brutal even. Yeah. Todd still cares for me.
You sure?
Yes, I know it. I felt it. It's there. Of course, Taya always being on the prowl, he never gets to act on it. Taya.
Speaking of heartless,
Oh, she's more than that. She likes twisting the knife. Every time I've made my move, she's always cut me off with a little gleam in her eye. It's like she gets a kick out of nailing someone and watching them squirm.
sounds just like you. Gee, I don't think Taya will be patrolling tonight at the apartment, will she? Didn't she have to go back to the hospital, which means poor old Todd will be left all alone.
You say I should go to him?
Well, you always were the only one who could get through to poor, misunderstood Scarface.
Oh, what would I say to him?
Absolutely anything you have to convince him to let you see your child again.
I don't think I can do it.
Yes, you can. I guarantee it. But you're going to have to leave your emotions out of it, Blair. You're going to have to focus on the target. You're going to have to lock on the target and go after it. No ifs, ands, buts, or apologies.
Like an assassin.
Like an assassin. It's the only way.
You're right, Max. Again. I can do it. No, better than that. I will do it. And that poor fool is not gonna know what hit him.
Don't get up.
Wish I could. I am high as a kite. Did you speak to Dr. Wolick?
Yeah, he said if you're okay in the morning and you promise not to overdo it, like that's gonna happen, he said you can go home tomorrow morning.
Great. How's Star?
She's right where she ought to be. She's sleeping in her own bed. You know, if I'd known the best way to get permanent custody was to have you go out of a second-story window, I would have asked months ago for you to do that.
I'll take that as a thank you.
I'm just glad I don't have to worry about losing my little girl anymore.
I mean, we don't have to worry. Because, you got what you wanted, and, I kept up my end of the bargain, right? You married me to show the court that Star would have a stable home. You paid me good money to be your wife and a mother to Star. Well, it worked, so I guess we can think about, calling it quits. Since you don't really need me anymore.
We had a deal, okay? And there's no way you're gonna get out of it. You and I are supposed to stay married for a year, and after that, if you want to call it quits, we can negotiate. In the meantime, Star needs a new mommy, and that's you.
It's just that I thought you might be having regrets
Why?
about what you did.
What for?
It's clear that you still have feelings for Blair. But you destroyed her anyway.
And that's supposed to bother me. Well, it might if I had a conscience.
Most people would buy that, my friend. I don't.
What, I am supposed to be all torn up because of something that happened that wasn't my fault?
You're right. I did the dirty work. Got Blair so worked up, she didn't know what she was doing.
Oh, you took the fall for this already. And I mean literally, like head first.
Todd, I'm serious.
So am I. Look, whatever happened to Blair, she brought it on herself.
Where are you going?
I gotta get out of here before Nurse Ratched has me arrested.
Thanks for coming, Todd.
Yeah. Well, come spring you in the morning.
I've completely lost it.
Hello, Todd.
Claire? What are you doing here?
Waiting for you.
In a cold park late at night. Let me guess, you want to have a heart-to-heart?
Do you mind?
Trying to set me up? Got microphones in the bushes? You did that to me once, remember? You tried to trap me into saying on tape that you were a good mother, that...
I can't fight you anymore, Todd. You won, so you can drop the act and just tell me the truth. Because it's not going to change anything. Is this what you really want, to keep Star away from me forever? Todd.
Is this the way I want things? This is the way they are, so you better get used to them, all right? And this good Todd that you said was inside me, I don't believe that it ever existed. But if it did, it's gone. It bought the farm because you stomped it out of me, Blair.
How?
You made me hope.
What do you mean?
When Star was sick and we had to work together to try and save her life, I started wondering, what if it doesn't have to stop here? What if we can go back to the way things were? What if we can go back to you and me, alone, dancing in a ballroom full of stupid gold balloons, but you threw all of that away? You said there was some kind of decency in me? I don't think you ever believed that.
Oh, I did.
Then how come you turned on me like that when Patrick and Dorian said that I was dirt and it was their word against mine? And you had to make a decision. Well, you have made your choice.
Didn't you, Todd? Well, didn't you? When you decided that I had been unfaithful?
I saw you on the floor with another
I thought
guy.
that you were dead. I was lonely. But I never loved Patrick. And I've told you that 100 times. But you don't hear me. And that is the choice that you made, Todd. Maybe, maybe we can't go back to where we were before. But if we could, oh God, if we could, you know where I would want to be right now? In that ballroom with all those stupid gold balloons. All alone. With just you.
Well, do you have a time machine? Because I don't have a time machine. Blair, it is too late. Yeah, they're finishing up the paperwork. You sure you're not rushing this?
Everything still hurts, but might as well hurt at home where at least they don't wake you up to give you a sleeping pill.
Yeah, that's what you think. You know, I've been training the bird. He's going to wake you up at least 4 times a night, give you your meds. Yeah, wake up. Get stoned. Wake up.
Well, I guess he's not a parrot after all. He must be a night owl. Like you. I called you after you left here. Judith told me you weren't home yet.
Yeah. Well, I may as well tell you. I mean, you're my lawyer, so you ought to know.
Know what?
Well, after checking in on you, I walked home through the park and I ran into Blair.
What a coincidence.
No, she was pretty straightforward about it. She said that she wanted to talk to me.
What about?
She wanted me to reconsider sharing custody of Shorty.
Did you say yes?
Well, give me a break.
Todd, I'm not blind. I know that Blair still gets to you.
Yeah, she does. It's like a nightmare. I keep having over and over and over again.
Did she bring up the good old days?
She tried to. But I told her that whatever we had once upon a time was gone.
Are you sure about that?
I'm gonna check on the discharge papers.
No. Answer the question. If Blair decided that she wanted you back...
What difference would it make? Look, it's over. I won, she lost. Miss Daimler is out of the picture.
By choice, or is that just how things
So you're asking me, is she sorry that she's not Mrs. Manning anymore? She is the one who asked for this divorce in the first place.
Yeah, she might have changed her mind if she hadn't gotten sick. The divorce and the first time you were granted custody of Star, Blair was in a coma.
Yeah, and so what? It's not like she woke up and said, oh, gee, you know, I made a great big mistake. The first thing that she did was try and take Shorty away from me.
Yeah, but even in that courtroom, while I was trying to fight for you, by hammering Blair as hard as I could, I knew that somewhere inside you, you didn't want that to be happening. Yeah, you've always been protective of Blair, Todd. Remember yelling at me in our own house when you accused me of causing her relapse? Blair has to know that you feel that way. That's why she was lying in ambush, waiting for you to wander by so she could worm her way back.
Yeah, well, that's not what happened, all right? I left her on a park bench crying, alone, and I didn't even look back. Now, that's got to satisfy even you. Now, as far as the rest of it about what's going on deep inside me, that is none of your business.
Wrong. It became my business when I fell out a window for you. You know how many bones I broke because you and Blair are still connected, whether you want to be or not, and I am connected to you. Okay, as your lawyer, as your wife, as your little girl's stepmother. In every one of those roles, I need to know where our defenses are weak. You owe me that much. So I'm going to ask you one more time. When you had your little encounter in the park with Blair last night, was she able to get to you?
Wouldn't matter if she did.
Why not?
Because life goes on. And it's too late. I've already made my decision. I'm gonna go with this. What's with you religious guys? Always laying on the hands.
I'm not here to pick a fight, Todd.
Good, because you have a glass jaw.
I want nothing but the best for all three of you.
Oh, that's really great. I'm gonna get my wife out of here now. We're gonna go to our house, go see our daughter.
Thanks.
Come on.
It's finished.
Yep. But those designer guys would never leave.
I love it. What do you think?
Whatever.
Hey, where did all these flowers come
It was
from?
Bird's idea. He wanted to make it up to you for stealing your watch.
Well, thank you, Bird. They're beautiful.
Come on. Say welcome home, Taya.
Maybe the cat's got his tongue. Sorry. Lousy choice of words. But I know you can do more than squawk. I heard you. Remember when you were trying to warn me there was a bad guy in the apartment?
Yeah, well, that just shows how much he likes you.
So why don't he speak to me now?
Maybe he doesn't want you to know how much he likes you. Birds are funny like that. So you, better keep these somewhere different than you kept your watch, you know, because you don't want it to wind up in the water bowl.
I don't know what to say.
You know, I know you had your heart set on the ones at the auction, but Armitage outbid me, so I tried to find ones that were like them. I went down to that antique store on Main. You know, you can take them back.
No, that's not what I meant. Todd, these are stunning. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the thought. But I know how much they must have
Look,
cost.
they're just a couple of rocks, all right? What you gave to me was my daughter. So how I look at it is I still owe you. But, you know, we'll have time to do all that. I mean, like I said, I'm going to stick with this. Welcome home.
Well, how do they look?
All right. Yeah, they might look better if you do that thing that you do with your hair where you make it a big pile and you stick it on the top of your head.
Are you saying you like it when I wear my hair up?
Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
Same to you. Cut it out. Shut up.
Hey, Delgado, I've been thinking. There's...
Don't look at me. Please.
Well, either I look at you or I gotta look at all this ridiculous furniture.
Just go away, please.
What's the problem?
It's nothing.
It's nothing. You're crying over nothing?
I'm not crying.
Uh-huh.
I'm not. Okay, just ignore me.
Look, you can drop the Woman of Steel routine, okay? All right, if you're gonna cry, go ahead, cry. Let it out. And if you tell me what's on your mind, I promise I won't go all mushy and try and hold you or nothing.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
On your sleeve?
Yeah, I do it all the time. Go ahead. I didn't mean it.
I just... it just hurt all over.
Yeah, well, you'll get better.
Yeah, but when? I mean, how? It's torture whether I'm sitting or standing or lying down. I'm just a wreck.
Well, you're depressed.
It's the painkillers, you know. They're messing with my
Yeah,
head.
it's got to be some kind of a chemical thing, right? It couldn't be that you actually feel something about being shoved out of a second-story window and having to pull yourself out of a hospital bed to go nail down the custody of my daughter.
Okay, so it was kind of traumatic, but I got through it, didn't I?
Yeah, well, now it's all, it's all coming out. So go ahead. Let it.
I have always been very strong. In law school, they renamed the third floor of the library the Delgado Arms, because it was like I lived there, you know? I outworked everybody. I could spend 3 nights without sleep. Now, all I want to do is sleep, and I can't. I can't do anything anymore.
You're miserable.
I stand corrected. I hate this. I am so stiff.
Well, think loose.
That's your advice?
Yeah, it's a mind over matter thing. You think loose.
Okay, sure. I'm loose.
No, come on now. Say it like you mean it.
All right, I'm loose. I'm
Loose.
loose. Yeah.
Loose as a mouse.
What did he say?
He said he's loose as a moose.
Loose as a mouse. Mouse. Mouse.
Freaking out.
He's trying to tell us something.
Like, what's the largest land animal?
Oh, that would be an elephant.
Mouse.
No, you're a bird.
Mouse.
No, you're a bird.
Mouse.
It's got to be his name.
A bird named Moose?
I got a kid named Star. Oh, it's got to be his name. Or maybe he is a moose, and this is just a really good disguise.
Ow, my ribs.
This is going to remain one of life's great mysteries. That's got to be his name. Go ahead, try it.
Here, Moose. I don't believe it.
There you go. There's hope for you two yet.
Unless he's just playing fast and loose with me.
Well, good. Oh, will that moose be somebody at the...
You've been busy. Guess you're well on your road to recovery.
Yes, thank you. I'm feeling better every day. It's hard not to with my family around to cheer me on.
Rah. You must be tickled pink that you managed to steal my daughter. Again.
Actually, I was pretty broken up over it. That's a joke, Blair.
Remind me to laugh at your funeral.
That may be quite a ways off, no thanks to you. You know, now that I think about it, being shoved through a window and falling 20 feet to the ground would not be my first strategic choice to win a case. But in this instance, I must admit, Star's worth every cut and bruise.
You'll heal.
Okay, look, I hate to break up this touching get-together, but Blair, are you sane enough to be let out of the house?
I'm perfectly fine, Todd.
Is that what the court shrink said? Aren't you supposed to get a little stamp on your hand or a little diploma or something?
I, haven't taken the test yet.
Oh, well, that would make you in violation of a court order, right?
Flagrantly so.
You know damn well I'm fit to raise Star. I'm 1,000 times the parent this rent of... Okay, Todd. If you want to communicate with me, you communicate through my lawyer.
Fine.
In fact, I don't really need to deal with you at all anymore.
Even better. Ease the keys to your heart.
No. They're the keys to the front door of the Sun and to my office at the Sun. I am quitting as of now.
Did a better opportunity come along?
Any opportunity is better than working for Todd. Well, I guess you're going to have to find yourself a new assistant editor, or you're going to hire your little wife for that, too.
Okay, fine, you quit. Fine with me, now get out.
I'd like to see Star, please.
You don't pass the shrink test, no time with Shorty.
Please, Todd.
Communicate through my lawyer.
Please.
Good.
Got to see her. You happy now?
You know, Todd, I will take that test that the court ordered, and I will prove to every psychiatrist they throw at me that I'm as sane as the world is round.
That ought to take a couple of years.
No, Todd, I'm going to be back before you know it, and I will show Star. She has a real mother, one that loves her. She won't have to put up with this phony family life forever. There will come a time, and very soon, I might add, that Star will be mine, okay?
Better go now, better study, better cram for that test.
It is always, always a pleasure.
She calls herself a professional. She gives no notice, no nothing.
Well, it's just as well. Listen, why would a parrot call themselves a moose?
How am I supposed to know that?
Well, it's your bird.
Will you forget about the damn bird? I got other things on my mind right now.
Uh-huh. And you're all worked up. Steaming mad. Because your assistant editor, Blair, just bailed so irresponsibly on her job, right? Guess again.
Delgado for you. She's all torn up. She's crying all over the place, but she still thinks that she can tell what makes Todd angry.
That's right, I can.
Save it.
For whom?
For somebody who cares, because that's not me right now.
Todd, the emotional submarine. The first hint of rough waters. Dive, dive.
Oh, shut up.
That's usually my cue to walk out, but I'm not quite up to it yet. You lied to me.
When?
When you told me that there was nothing left between you and Blair. Shut up. There was obviously something left. A lot on your side.
That's bull.
Please. We were having fun a few minutes ago, Todd. Actual, genuine fun. The kind a real family would have. And then Blair walked in here, and because you still have feelings for her, she pushed all your buttons.
She quit. She walked out on me.
Oh, so what? You have staff quitting all the time. The real story is your thing for Blair.
That thing that you're talking about is called hate.
No, it's called love, and she knows it. And she's going to use it against you whenever she wants to. And I understand that. Because for the first time, I understand what it's like to be totally helpless in my body, to want contact, to want affection from one's child. Can't you see that Blair quitting the Sun is the best news we could have gotten?
Really? Why?
Because it shows that she is detaching from you. She's not going after a full assault to get Star back from you. Todd, Blair is letting you go. You should do the same thing. Forget her. It is over, Todd.